Hey everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to be kind of fun because I've never done one like this before. I'm going to be reacting to an older video of mine. I haven't watched this in a really long time. I posted it 2 years ago. It's my old curly wavy hair routine with short hair, and now I have long hair, so I'm going to be comparing my routine then with kind of how it is now. I hope that you guys will enjoy this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you're new. I do lots of hair content on this channel, so let's get into it. I'm gonna move over just a little bit so that I can pop up the video here on the screen and you guys can watch it along with me. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be doing probably the most requested video on my channel yet. So many of you guys have been asking for this video lately. My channel has grown a lot in the last couple of months, and so many of you guys have been asking for this. So today I am here with it. I just wanted to make sure that I was set on the products that I have been using lately because I have been trying out a lot of different new products. So today's video, if you haven't already guessed it, is going to be my updated hair routine, my wash and style routine. This is first day hair for me, and some things have changed up from my other hair routine videos, but some of the products are still the same. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into it, but before we do, don't forget to subscribe down below and give the video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it. That really helps me out, and you can also come join me over on Instagram and Twitter if you want to be more a part of this community, and let's just go ahead and jump into it. I can already tell after watching this intro, I'm going to skip through some of this for this video because it's going to be so long if I watch the entire video. I forgot how long I used to talk in my intros. Not every time, and sometimes I still do now, but it was just a lot of repetitive speech. So that's something that I feel like I've gotten better at least. So I am gonna go over the products. I did film myself washing and styling my hair, so I will insert those clips over me talking about the products. And let's just go ahead and get started with the washing section. So there are two different shampoo and conditioner sets, I guess, that I have really been loving lately. The first ones are the ones that I talked about in my last hair care or styling routine video, and those are the Verb curl shampoo and conditioner. That video was sponsored by them, but I have been using these products since, and I do really like them. I'm almost out of the conditioner. I just have a little bit left at the bottom, if you can see. The shampoo, I'm about half of the way or a third of the way through. I don't use too much of this. I try to use a little amount because it is very, very thick and cleansing, and it's a pretty heavy shampoo. I wouldn't say it's necessarily ideal if you have very thin or fine hair. So for that reason, I use a small amount of this, and I do use other shampoos as well. So the conditioner is definitely the standout product here for me. It's very, very thick and hydrating, and if you have dry hair, this is a lifesaver. The other shampoo and conditioner that are more recent to me and I did use in this video are the Pacifica Pineapple Curls Curl Defining Shampoo and Conditioner. The packaging is really, really fun and colorful. I have been using these a lot more recently, and while I do still love the Verb ones, I have been using these more just because I feel like they are a little bit lighter overall. I still love the Verb ones, and especially when my hair is feeling extra dry, I feel like those really hydrate, but I also really love these, and like I said, I feel like they're just a little bit lighter products. And just as far as technique, I always start from my scalp and work the rest of the way down my hair when it comes to shampoo. I don't want to dry out the ends too much, especially since my hair is color treated and lightened. So I still stand by what I said about those products. I think they are really good. I didn't repurchase after going through the conditioner, and I never went through the shampoo because it's like I said in this video, it is thicker and a little bit heavier, almost moisturizing in a way because it has that creamy texture to it. And I've discovered so many products since then, so I still think those are good, but I have so many other ones that I love now, and I still also really like the Pineapple Curl Shampoo and Conditioner. I've gone through the conditioner already of that one, and I haven't repurchased yet, but I totally would because I think it's a really good one. I just have so many products to go through. It's crazy though, watching these clips back of me washing my hair. I forgot how little there was there to deal with. Literally so fast when you hardly have any hair to wash, and I miss it. And I'm definitely going to cut my hair off at some point again in life, but not yet. I want to grow it out for a while and experience having long hair again. It's just wow, it's crazy how much faster and easier it was like that. And I tend to, a lot of the time now, since I have a big tub and my hair is really long, it can sometimes be easier to wash it in the tub, which you guys see me do on camera a lot. But if I do that, I usually will style upright or vice versa. And then I always love to apply the conditioner on the ends and just really slather it on there, and then slowly work up to the roots and apply the excess on my hands to the roots, because my roots do need moisture as well, otherwise they get dried out. And my hair just does get dried out more recently than it used to, and it's a little bit harder for it to actually soak up moisture, unfortunately. So anyway, kind of a random side note. Moving on to after I get out of the shower, after I rinse out the majority of my conditioner, which is what I like to do. I don't rinse it all out, but I still rinse out, I would say, about 70 to 80% of it. So I noticed here that I actually used a lot of conditioner for how short my hair was. I know my hair was color treated, but I still technically, like the ends of my hair, still technically have bleach damage, because even though I've dyed over it, like that hair has been bleached. And I don't feel like I really use a lot more conditioner now than I did then. It's about the same amount, maybe a little more, but I feel like in this video I brought it a little bit closer to my roots than I tend to now, just because I feel like my hair gets greasy a little bit faster, and I'm not sure why that is exactly. Maybe it's because the roots of my hair are a little bit healthier, so they aren't as dry, or maybe my hair has gotten finer than it used to be. I'm not sure, but I don't feel like my hair was ever weighed down with the amount of conditioner I used then, and I feel like our needs do change over time, but I still like to use a lot of conditioner because I just feel like really makes a big difference in your routine. Like I cannot imagine washing my hair without conditioner. It's such an essential step, obviously. So what I like to do when I get out of the shower is, lately I've really been loving this Kristen Weightless Shine Leave-In Conditioner. This is for all hair types, detangling, softening, and strengthening. I really love this because it is a spray, so it's like literally just a liquid in there, and you can just spray it all over your hair, and I feel like it gives it that slip and moisture that it needs. This is really, really great for detangling. I also love to use this before I actually get in the shower and my hair is still dry, and detangle with this, because I personally don't love detangling in the shower. I like to do it before I get in so that my hair is already detangled and I have smooth hair to work with. So I really love to use this when my hair is still dry, just to detangle it, and also after I get out of the shower to use as a leave-in conditioner. You guys know I also love the Verb leave-in conditioner as well. This one is just a lot quicker and easier to use because I can just spray it on and I'm done. I've also lately been using this Paul Mitchell Extra Body Daily Boost Root Lifter every once in a while. I wasn't sure if I was going to put this in this video because it's not something that I use every single time I wash my hair, but sometimes I do feel like it adds a little bit of extra like body and volume to the roots of my hair. So I don't use that root lifter anymore. I'm not completely sure how much it really did. My hair was shorter, so it bounced up easier than it does now that it's so heavy. I have noticed since my last video where I cut my curtain bangs, like the front of my hair here is a little bit more voluminous because it's shorter there, but that's kind of beside the point. About the leave-in I used, still love that. Still such a good leave-in conditioner. If you want something light and watery that you can just spray in your hair, it depends what I'm going for, but when I want just to add that moisture in and I don't want to add a lot of product to my hair, or if I am going to add heavier products afterwards, that's when I love to use that one. It's so, so good, and it just adds the most beautiful softness to your hair. But I also noticed how I was flipping my head upside down some here, but I feel like that was just too focused on the front sections being really defined, because I mean, obviously my hair is so short in the back that I couldn't really distribute product very well if I just styled upside down, so I had to flip my hair from side to side a lot more to get the product even. But the one styler that I have been really, really loving lately, and that I did use today because this is the day that I filmed all of this video, the styler that I used is the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk Curl Activating Mousse. I did a whole video on the Curl Talk stylers by Not Your Mother's recently, so I will link that in the iCard. Now that I've gotten to use them a little bit more, I have to say I think this styling mousse is my favorite. I just feel like it gives me such defined waves. And also, I forgot to mention, I do like to style my hair now while it is really wet still. I should have said that before I even talked about the leave-in conditioner and everything, but I really like to style my hair when it's more wet because I feel like it gives it the definition that I want, and it might not produce quite as much volume as if I waited for a little bit until my hair was a bit more just damp. But personally, I don't have too much of a problem with volume because I do have pretty thick hair, so I feel like I can get away with it. I just like to squeeze the excess water out of my hair, like scrunch and squeeze it, and then I will actually apply my products, and I do that right after I get out of the shower, just because, like I said, I feel like it really gives me the definition that I want with my waves. But anyway, I should have mentioned that earlier. That's kind of like a side note of the technique that I use. I just really like this styler. I know in the clip it probably looks like I'm using a lot, but mousse really has so much air in it, and it really isn't as much product as it looks like, if that makes sense. So I love using this, and I find that I can get away with using quite a bit, especially if I use it when my hair is still really, really wet. Wow, I forgot how much I used to apply my product like over my hair like this, kind of like put my hair back like over my shoulders and then smooth it over on the sides and everything, almost like I'm putting my hair in a ponytail. I do feel like I was pretty limited with how I could use like the praying hands method and smooth product over my hair. And it did help that I styled my hair really, really wet, which I still do most of the time now. But that was also another way that I got my product to distribute throughout my hair. Since it was so wet, it would kind of like by itself distribute. I had to flip my hair around a lot more than I do now, obviously. Like, that's just part of styling with short hair, but it's just interesting to see the difference because I really did forget about that, but I still love that mousse. I think it's so good. And again, I'm surprised at how much product I used with how short my hair was, but I do feel like I was really focused on definition and stuff because my hair would get decent volume. It would bounce up easier because it was shorter. Now I feel like I have to work a little bit harder to get volume because on days when I do my routine like this, I end up with really defined clumpy waves, and I do that sometimes, but I do like to have volume too, and I do have to work a little bit harder for it. So doing routines like what I showed you guys in a couple videos back, the flip section method, I know I just discovered that, but also routines like the India Batson hair routine that I did. If you guys haven't seen that, I tried out India Batson's hair routine. That's another routine that gets really good volume, and I'm more into that, especially recently. So I feel like I do tend to gravitate towards that look a little bit more just because I don't naturally get the volume, and I also just like the look of volume more nowadays. So that may be changing in videos going forward. Like, I may be focusing a little bit more on volume because I am kind of starting to get over the perfect clumped defined waves. I just feel like I like the beachy, like fluffy look a little bit more like how my hair looks when I refresh it, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's kind of what's changed for me like recently, not just since I have long hair, but. And it just gives me such defined waves. So I do get like that crunchy cast, but then when I scrunch it out, I just feel like I have really great results. But I'm not always using that. I have other stylers and gels and things that I use too. That's another thing I kind of forgot about. I used to have so much more of a cast on my hair by the end of like my wash day when my hair was completely dry because of how much product I used for the amount of hair that I had. Nowadays, I don't really get much of a cast on my hair. Like a little bit, yes, especially if I use a gel or a mousse like that, but it tends to be softer by the end of my wash day when my hair is dry, and I still scrunch it out with an oil, but I just feel like my hair would have so much more of like an intense cast back then because I did use a lot of product. But if I'm not going for that, lately I do tend to go for something just a little bit more quick and easy and simple, and that for me is a curl cream. So I have the Verb curl cream and the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk defining cream. I really like both of these. I think they're both great. It really just depends on your personal preference and what you like for your hair. But I feel like curl creams are just so easy to use and quick, and they just really blend into the hair really well, and you can just use them with a lot of different techniques. So that's why I really love curl creams, for the simplicity of them. But anyways, I should like flip my hair around a little bit to give it some body because this is something that I do. I mentioned it before, like on a regular basis. I will actually like flip my hair around and give it different parts so that it won't like get used to the same part. And then I'll also sometimes shake out the roots just to keep the volume and body going. So from there, I usually will let my hair air dry. I have been playing around with using a diffuser. So I do feel like those curl creams were better if you are wanting more hold from your curl cream, but I do have options now that I like even more than those. I actually decluttered both of those curl creams, I think, in my last decluttering video, but it's not because I hated them or didn't like them at all. It's just usually nowadays when I'm grabbing a curl cream, it's more for moisture than it is for my main styler. And also I have discovered a couple of curl creams that have better hold that I like to use in place of those. So like the JVN Air Dry Cream, for example, or the Heritage Curl Cream, both of those have pretty good hold. And if I want a curl cream as my main styler, I just like those a little bit more. Not to say that those other ones are bad, it's just that I've used so many products since then, so I have discovered kind of like new favorites. But I have just still been testing it out, and it's not something that I do every time I wash my hair. It's not part of my routine yet. So I just let it air dry, which is what I normally do. And I do really love the results with air drying my hair. I need to test out the diffuser a little bit more, and who knows, maybe that will be in my next hair routine. We will see. Regardless, I usually just let my hair air dry, and then I will scrunch out the crunch at the end, which is something that I definitely do pretty much all the time now. I used to sometimes actually scrunch my hair while it was drying, and I feel like while it did give me nice beachy fluffy waves and I liked that style, now I prefer something a little bit more defined, and I also just feel like it keeps my hair from getting frizzy if I don't touch it while it's drying, except to just flip it around, but then I don't scrunch it until it's actually dry. And what I will do is I will scrunch it out with an oil. I love to use the Verb Ghost oil. So this was when I was just discovering diffusing for my hair, and even though I don't do it every time now, lately I have been using my diffuser a lot more because I do have longer hair now. So it takes a really long time to dry, and it's just really nice to be able to use the diffuser even just to get my hair 10% more dry. I'll do it like more towards the beginning when my hair is still pretty wet, but I tend to use it a lot more now than I did then, and I feel like it is because I have longer hair, I have more hair, and I also just like that it does help with definition and it gives my hair a little bit more of a scrunched up look. And I also do feel like it helps with volume, and that is, like I said, something I'm more into now, which it's kind of interesting that I mentioned that about scrunching my hair while it's drying. I still don't generally do that, but I could see myself maybe doing that in the future because I do like the volume that it adds. And yes, it may add a touch more frizz, but that kind of is just what goes along with volume, I feel like. So I might be trying that soon instead of just waiting to like touch it until it's completely dry, because I do want to try more things that add more fluffiness and volume to my hair. And the Pure Argan Oil by Shea Moisture. Both of these are great. I have to say, I think I prefer the Verb one a little bit more just because I feel like it really spreads so easily over the hands. It has a lot of slip and it's so easy to just scrunch into the hair without creating any frizz. But I also do really like the argan oil, and if this is more easily accessible for you, I think this is a great one. But yeah, with either of these, I just use a very small amount, rub it in between my hands, and then scrunch it into my hair. Once I have scrunched that oil into my hair and gotten out all of the crunch and I feel like my waves are looking bouncy and feeling soft, then I will just go in and lightly shake out my roots. And I try to be gentle with this part because you can mess up your waves or curls if you're not careful. And if you feel like that just creates frizz in your hair or it's too wild, you can totally just go in with your fingers and actually just massage your scalp. Wow, so it's crazy seeing how much of a cast I had here. Like, my hair literally still looked like it was wet, and I forgot how much it used to be like that when I styled it. And then as you can see here, I have like basically no frizz, and my hair ends up being really defined, and I think it looks pretty. Not feeling that balayage situation going on. I did not at the time even like how that looked with my natural hair because it was more focused on the top layers, and when my hair is natural, a lot of the bottom sections will come to the front. I'm sure you guys know what I mean. So when I would straighten my hair, it would be like a perfect smooth like fade to like blonde basically. But here it literally just looks like I have like highlights, and they look really brassy too because they're so mixed in with that dark hair, and it just, I don't know. Not a fan of how that looked, and like I said, I didn't like it then either, but I wanted the balayage so bad, and I did love how it looked with my straightened hair, so I just kept it. But if I could go back, I think I would have gotten rid of it a lot sooner because I didn't heat style my hair enough to make up or to make it worth it, if that makes sense. Anyways, another kind of sidetracked thing here. I will say I still like the Verb Ghost oil. I don't tend to use the argan oil as much anymore because I do feel like it is a little bit heavy on the hair, but it's not that it's bad, it's just I think there are a little bit more affordable options out there that are better than that for putting into your dry hair. For instance, the Twist by Weed Addict oil or the Pacifica Pineapple Curls oil, both of those are lightweight. They're really, really good and they are more affordable. I honestly tend to go for a lighter oil anyways now these days. I still like the Verb one, and the Day hair oil is one that I talk about sometimes that is really similar to the Verb one, but I think probably 60 to 70% of the time I'm using more of a lightweight oil like the Bread hair oil, my Pros hair oil, Twist by Weed Addict, like I said, Pacifica Pineapple hair oil. All of those are lighter than the Verb one and the Day one. So I still like both of those. They are just a different texture. So I do tend to more often go for something that is lightweight. And I feel like back then I could get away with using a thicker oil all the time because my hair was drier and I was going for more of the defined look. So yeah, I think that kind of makes a difference too. Totally just go in with your fingers and actually just massage your scalp, and that will kind of help to break up any hair that might be sticking down to your scalp or that might be flat, and it will help to create volume even if you're not going in there and like fully shaking your roots. But for me personally, I do like to gently go in and just like shake them out a little bit without moving my hands around too much, just to create that extra volume. And I feel like that's kind of it. That's pretty much all that I do when I'm actually styling my hair. Wow, I do kind of miss how like defined and ringlety my hair was closer to the roots because it was so short. I do think it looked really good, but yeah, it's not as much what I'm going for right now. I will say I still totally stand by this routine and recommend it if this is the type of look that you're going for, especially if you have short hair. I think I did a pretty good job of explaining everything in detail, and I think it would help a lot of people out. I'm not even sure actually how many views it has. Okay, this has 143,000 views, which this was back when my channel was kind of starting to get more viewers and subscribers for my wavy hair content. And it's definitely decreased in the last couple of years, but I honestly don't think I would say a ton has changed, just basically the things that I said, so small things. And some of the changes that I made in my hair routine have been more recent. So not even just once my hair grew out and got long, but just like in the last 6 months to a year. But it definitely is interesting watching this back because I haven't watched this video in so long. I don't know if this was entertaining to you guys, but hopefully it was, or helpful or something. So I'm not going to include the outro in this. I did tend to talk a lot. It's kind of funny because I still do talk in videos quite a bit, but I don't feel like I do quite as much as I did then. Like maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm still just as annoying, but kind of watching these back, I'm like, wow, get to the point. But at the same time, I know that a lot of people like to hear the details, and if you watch someone's channel, then sometimes it's nice when they post longer videos. But anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I think I'm gonna do an updated hair routine video before too long, probably after the new year in like January or February. I will do an updated routine, and I have a feeling because things are kind of starting to transition in my routine lately, things might be quite a bit different than they were from my last hair routine. So definitely stay tuned. But I do have quite a few hair routines from over the years up on my channel, as well as tons of other wavy hair content. I just recently categorized all of my wavy and curly hair content into different playlists on my channel. So I have like trying new styling techniques videos, I have hair routine videos, I have review videos, but I still have my entire wavy curly playlist as well that I've had up on my channel for years, and I continue to add to that whenever I post new content. So yeah, definitely go to the playlist section on my channel and check those out, because I did spend some time trying to organize all of that for you guys. So I hope you enjoy it. Definitely subscribe down below if you're new, and let me know what other hair videos you want to see from me. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you next time.